What's up, gentlemen? Welcome to the Week 4 awards, Week 5 preview, and the updated rankings. We are a quarter of the way through the season, and figured what would be a fun thing to do would be to compare real-life NFL teams, like we did in Week 2, to our teams and our records. So, number 1, I'm going to give to Jones, who's 2-2. I'm giving it his comp as the Ravens. Zach, like the Ravens, had 2 ugly losses in weeks 1 and 2, but has had a very nice bounce back and brought them to 500. To Borelli, I'm going to give him, they're both 3-1, the Washington Commanders. The Commanders have been an awful laughingstock for years and years and years, but now it looks like they're finally on the right ship, going on the right track. Moving forward, all the coach speak you want to use, it looks like they're finally bouncing back, turning it around, getting right. So it looks like this could be the year that Washington makes some noise in the playoffs. Borelli, it looks like, could be the year he makes some noise. Sticking in the NFC East and sticking with another Nick, I'm going to give Drost the Cowboys 2-2. Last week when talking about Drost and how he said things would be so much different if he had chose a different defense when the Cowboys played the Ravens. Cowboys fans, if you meet one, you know them all. They love to make excuses and always talk about the past. Drost has reminded us countless times this year that he is the only 2-time champion of this league. So, Drost, you are the Cowboys. Take with that as you will. For myself, I'm the 3-1 Steelers because I reek of fraudulence, especially coming off an under 100 points scored last week. Very pitiful performance. The Steelers beat Bo Nix, a bad Chargers team, and Kirk coming off of an Achilles in Atlanta, and I beat John, Mike, and Dan. Take with that as you will. Jake, I'm giving you the Giants 1-3. Giants are 1-3. They beat the Browns. Jake, you're 1-3. You beat John by like a smidge, but a win's a win in this league. And Jake, in your 3 losses, like the Giants, there's been a couple what ifs. And like the Giants, the NFC East is very winnable this year. And this league has 6 teams making the playoffs, which is also a leg up for you, Jake, standing up. So 1-3 Giants, 1-3 Jake Gerard. Frankie, I'm giving you the Vikings, the 4-0. But what I will say is we've seen this before with you. Hot start, points for galore. But once you get into playoffs, you choke. With the Vikings 2 years ago, fraudulent team. I think they started off 3-1. Finished the year with 4 losses, 13-4. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying tread lightly. You're 4-0, flying high. But some teams in professional sports are cursed. Vikings might be one of those cursed teams. So, just saying, take it easy. I'm giving Dan the 2-2 Eagles. The light at the end of this tunnel for both Dan and the Eagles is it's going to end in disaster and dysfunction, and we are all here waiting for the wheels to come off. Mid-season champ, back strong at 500, gonna get there, and, wheels are gonna fall off. Sirianni might not make it to, week 8. He's probably gonna get fired. So, Dan, you're the Eagles. John, 0-4, like the Jacksonville Jaguars, 0-4, and the Jaguars. The Jag is just a guy. And John, that team of yours, it's just a team. Just a group of people put together. Dupe, I'm giving you the Jets 2-2. You've had winnable games this season, but like years past, same old Dupe, same old Jets. Jets should be 3-1. But they could also be 1-3. They've looked horrible this season. Dupe, you've had some very easy games that you could have won, but, you didn't. So you're the 2-2 Jets. And that says it all.
Here's what I found.
Oh no, Siri went off. All right. Let's get right into it. Coming up this week, it's myself versus Drost. Drost is favored 55% to my 45%. And, you know, as Frankie put in the chat earlier, my team is just absolutely crippled with buys this week. So I'm going to give the win to Drost. It's also something Drost has been looking forward to for the past couple weeks. Last Friday, when Drost had a matchup with Dupe, it was the verbal meme of the guy walking with his girlfriend looking over his shoulder at someone else. And that was me. He was just waiting to play me this week. So Drost, I'm going to give you this win. But I would like to wager a bet, Drost, that if I beat you, you owe me dinner. And if you beat me, I owe you dinner. Let's do a little gentleman dinner bet. Winner gets to choose where they go out to dinner. But you were so confident, and I got really nothing else to lose. My team is crippled with buys. So let's bet on it if you would like. Jake, 52 to Mike's 48. I think this is a get-right game for Jake because Mike's team is just absolutely garbage. Borelli, 54 to John's 46. I don't think you're going to win as big as this deficit has you winning, Nick, but I do think you're going to win. So rolling with Borelli here. Frank versus Jones. Frank at 53, Jones at 47. I think good times keep rolling for Frankie. I think he wins. And then Dupe, 47 to Dan's 53. I'm rolling with Dupe. Updated rankings. 10 and 1 for the past couple weeks are staying the same. 10, Mike. 9, John. 8, Jake. 7, Dan. Dupe at 6, Jones at 5, 4, myself. 3, Drost. 2, Borelli. And 1, Frank. See you boys in the chat.